डॉक्टर साहब कि पिछली बार जब हम बात कर रहे थे वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट फूड, कैसे, कहाँ, क्या, 5 जो आपके वो हैं केस, राइट? तो आज हम बात करेंगे कि आप क्या खाते हो. व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दैट?
Oh, very important is the key. तो सुषमा जी, ऐसे जैसे आपने कहा कि ये गपशप है, लेकिन ये सीरियस गपशप है
जी.
तो गपशप बिटवीन सुषमा जी एंड डॉक्टर जी, राइट?
Right.
And our purpose of doing this is really to connect with our listeners, engage them, empower them, and educate them how to be healthy. And we decided, and again I will reaffirm, there are 4 pillars which are in total control by you.
Right.
Self-control. And that are what's called lifestyle.
Right.
Food is one of them. Sleep is another. Emotions and well-being another. And exercise and movement is another.
Okay.
So in that context, we introduce the food and what you have to do for food to be healthy. And in that, we said, कब खाते हो, कैसे खाते हो, क्यों खाते हो, कितना खाते हो is very important. Those are the 4 keys.
Key ones.
And our podcast will be ready and people can listen to that. And with that, they will get a good sense. And if they even follow 50% of that, they will be healthy. They will prevent illness, diabetes especially, and they even health promotion generally.
Right.
Today what we are going to introduce and talk about is क्या खाते हो.
क्या खाते हो?
And right off the bat मैं कहता हूँ, क्योंकि ये मेरा पैशन है पिछले 15 साल से, आप जानते हैं
जी.
And मेरा बैकग्राउंड है, तो सबको put together, my first message is that there is no magic diet.
Right.
Don't worry about Mediterranean diet, keto diet, this diet, that diet.
Okay.
If anything, they change ideas. So now the latest thing is that keto diet increases your bad cholesterol. One hand, they're saying obesity is good, but now other hand, recent findings. So what I'm really saying is, and I don't want to get into this idea one is good, one is bad.
Yes.
My message is very simple.
Right.
Common sense, moderation, and follow what your
Body
culture
needs, yeah.
and heart is saying.
Yeah,
And food is such a personal thing that you have to do whatever you've been brought up with.
Right.
And I reaffirm that.
Okay.
So-
because आपकी कहानी is slightly different because you left India at a very young age and you lived here in the West, and as a vegetarian it must have been very difficult for you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, I should write a book on my personal vineyards, how I survived.
I know.
I
So
mean,
क्या
you know,
आलू खा के survive किया कि दाल बना के?
I lived on, I had no money,
Yeah.
very little money.
Yes.
I lived on apples
Yes.
and milk
Wow.
for 2 years
Oh my God.
in Saskatchewan because that's all I could afford.
Wow.
And I survived.
Yes.
And I should write the book
Yes,
because
I
I
think
think
you should.
people will find it funny, at least, or inspiring. But
Yeah.
anyway, so today what we want to convey is kya khate ho. And first of all, in my book, there are no magic diets.
Really?
Yeah.
You
You
just-
have to follow whatever your culture has brought you.
Okay.
So I like spice food.
Right.
I like vegetarian food.
Okay.
And the thing I want to talk about today for our podcast, and that is the key, is be aware and make yourself knowledgeable of what you're eating.
Okay. ठीक है.
And that is same from yourself. It's not any part of the diet. So the first thing is be aware. Now, the reason we eat food is to survive.
That's right.
And people don't realize, I mean, this fancy food, this food, social food, but all food, doesn't matter what it is, it's no good unless it's been converted into what we call biological energy.
Okay.
So body takes the food, digests the food, and that food has to be converted into biological energy for us to function. So in other words, food energy is getting converted into biological energy so we could do all the movements. And biological energy in a biochemical sense is a production of what we call ATP,
Okay.
which is the
80%,
energy.
right?
You know, like body stores energy
Yes.
in the form of ATP.
Okay.
So every food we eat has to be related with that purpose.
Okay.
And this is something people don't realize, you know.
Right.
And so let's take the story a little further.
Right.
What are we eating to
Right.
create this biological energy?
Okay.
So food essentially comes from Mother Nature.
Right.
And there are 5 components of the food which one should know. One, which has 3 components, is what we call macronutrients.
Macronutrients. Okay.
Yeah. That is carbohydrates,
Mhm.
fat, and proteins.
Okay.
So every food we eat has some components of those.
Okay.
And they have to be then converted, converted, and then into used, first of all, to maintain the body organs, maintain all the biochemical machinery,
Right.
and most important, have biological energy. And we'll talk a little bit further. So, 3 major macro: carbohydrates, fats, protein.
Right.
So, all people should be aware that the food they are eating has carbohydrates,
Carbohydrates,
fats,
Fats.
and proteins.
protein. So carb, protein, we know a lot about. Fat, I know, comes from potato chips.
Potato chips have everything. Fat is like oil.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Proteins are the most important thing.
Right.
And they are like amino acids which have come together. They are not involved directly in production of ATP.
Ah, okay.
Energy. They're involved more maintaining the body, the nucleic acid, the amino acids, the membranes, and all that. But they're critical, those 3, and they all involved in energy. So I think that is correct.
Okay.
The biggest ignorance is that our people don't quite relate in those terms.
Right.
To them, the food is rasgullas, gulab jamuns,
Jalebi.
jalebis,
Laddu.
laddus, and kachoris, and
Yes.
puri, which is perfect. But they should have some knowledge. How much of that is carbohydrates, how much of that is proteins, and how much of that is fat. That is very critical.
Okay.
Don't have to worry about Mediterranean diet, don't have to worry about this or that, but be aware of that food plate, Canada Food Guide, that what these 3 components are.
Right.
In addition to that, what you eat requires supplements because body to survive needs certain things which we don't make. Most of the things we could make
Yes.
ourselves if we eat proper food that could be converted.
Right.
But there are certain things, what we call vitamins, they're essential and we don't make them. So we have to eat them. So those are supplements.
So supplements take a key place in our
Yeah, so you
daily
have to
diet,
be
yeah.
aware that the food you're eating has sufficient supplements, sufficient vitamins for you to be able to meet the need of that biological energy.
Okay.
And the last component is micronutrients.
Ah.
So we have macronutrients,
Mhm.
we have supplements,
Yes.
and we have micronutrients.
Okay.
And what I mean by micronutrients are elements.
Okay.
So like sodium, potassium,
Mm.
phosphorus, magnesium. These are all very essential for body to function.
Mm.
To again recapture, we're eating food to make sure that we live.
Mm.
And we need all this, then body through physical processes converts them into what body needs.
Okay.
And now people don't have to know the whole biochemistry. I spent 17 years learning.
Yes.
So I won't, in body there are millions of cells, there are millions of units and all that.
Yes.
But believe you me, that's what they need to know.
Okay.
Okay. So then, next question is why this is important.
Yeah.
So our food, our culture, for some reason or another, we got in it, so we started to eat lot more carbohydrates than fat and proteins.
Okay. Can I just interject for 1 second?
Yeah.
Give me an example of when you say हमारे लोग ज़्यादा carbohydrates खाने लगे. So in a food plate, let's just divide कि carbohydrates क्या हैं, proteins क्या हैं, और तीसरी चीज़ आपने कही थी कि हमारे
Proteins. Yeah.
हाँ.
So you read my mind. This was my next explanation.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
was building my story. This is supposed to be gup shop,
I'm
right?
sorry, I'm sorry.
I am building my story.
Yes, okay.
Okay. And a story does have a beginning, central point, and end.
So we
and
are
a
only
story
at the
does
beginning
have a
point.
message.
Yes.
So my message is that our food we eat became too high on carbohydrates at the expense of not enough protein.
Protein, okay.
Now your question,
Yeah.
what are these
Yeah.
macronutrients?
Right,
You know?
yes.
So carbohydrates, I mean, they're all present everywhere.
Yes.
So carbohydrates are most common.
Mm.
So most common carbohydrates are starches,
Okay.
celluloses, like cow sits there in the field and just juggle and chew grass.
Yes.
And grass is full of cellulose.
Okay.
And cellulose is full of carbohydrate, glucose essentially, different form.
Okay.
But cow or the other animals, they have the digestive system that they can absorb it and get energy out of it.
I see.
Humans cannot absorb cellulose. It's
तो
like
हम घास नहीं खा सकते.
घास खाते हैं
Yeah.
लेकिन वो बायोलॉजिकल एनर्जी के लिए नहीं है,
नहीं, अच्छा.
वो फाइबर के लिए है.
Ah.
जो फाइबर होता है
Yes.
वो फाइबर बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Yes.
वो उसका होता है.
Okay. All right.
But for us, the most important source of carbohydrate, because carbohydrate is supposed to produce most energy. That energy again has to be converted into ATP.
Yes.
No point of eating anything unless that can be converted into positive force.
Okay.
So carbohydrates are starches.
Right.
And the most common food ingredients of carbohydrates are rice, potatoes, and wheat. So those are the
Those are my most favorite things.
Yeah, and they're very tasty.
And they are.
And they're very important.
Yes.
But for biological energy, for to be healthy, we have to keep in mind that there has to be a proportion.
Okay.
If you love those, and if your diet was nothing but that, like 100% carbohydrates,
Yes.
you will not survive.
No, eh?
And we don't want that to happen.
No, of course not.
So we need that balance and understanding.
ठीक है.
And my second message is that in our diet,
Yes.
for whatever reason, and it's very recent, like last 1,000 years or 500 years, in a history of 12,000 years, that's very recent. you know.
Right, right.
And we have a very different perspective of time that
Yes.
way. So, because maybe it's tasty, maybe because you could fry it,
Yes.
it became that in general plate,
Yes.
if you look at average plate,
Yes.
carbohydrates, they will have all three.
Or
They will have chapatis,
Yes.
they will have potatoes,
Yes, and rice.
and they will have rice.
Yes.
And that consists of sometimes as high as 50% of 60% of total calories you're taking we are deriving from carbohydrates. And that's a no, no, no.
Triple no. Talak, talak, talak.
Yeah.
Achha.
So we don't have to worry about Mediterranean diet, keto diet, because they have invented them. Good old Indian diet is most healthy.
Okay, so let's talk about a healthy Indian diet.
Yeah, so those three is
Yes.
the balance.
Yes.
Healthy Indian diet is the balance between carbohydrates, fats, and protein.
Right.
Then the second one is fat,
Uh-huh.
and the fat is oils,
Right.
like ghee,
Yes.
butter,
Yes.
olive oil,
Yes.
all those, and they're all good, and you just have to have proportion.
Okay. Corn oil isn't though. Corn oil.
Yeah, oils are all good.
All good.
Yeah.
But in proportion.
Proportion.
Okay.
And the point I want to make there is that ghee, which is a purified butter,
Yes.
is one of the best oil in which to cook.
Really?
Because when you cook, when I say cook, I mean heating.
Yes.
Now, if you're just eating raw, like salad, and you're eating oil,
No.
then olive oil is best.
Yes.
Or grapeseed oil is best.
Okay.
But these oils have a low smoking point, so when you heat, when you fry, or when you saute, in any form you heat, they evaporate and they convert into some bad chemicals.
Okay.
And ghee has a high boiling point, so it doesn't produces those.
Okay.
And it has all the other good ingredients in terms of fat requirements,
Okay.
omega acid requirements, all those things olive oil does. So the traditional notion that ghee is good.
Okay. Good.
Again, in proportion,
Yes.
and make sure not too much of it.
Yes.
And not so when people are cooking, they should not reheat the same thing over and over again, because now you're producing a lot more chemicals which are not good for you.
Good for you. Okay.
So the fat is the other one.
Right.
Then the last but not the least is proteins.
Right.
And that is the one least understood.
Ah.
And it's the most important,
Important one. Okay.
because all your muscles, all your body energy, all that is tied into muscles, and muscles are nothing but proteins.
Yes. Okay. All right.
So those three. And in terms of proteins, the common examples for proteins are like chickpeas, or peas, or beans. The best source of protein are grains, not the wheat or
No,
rice,
But dal.
dal.
Yes.
And I can never say this right.
Right.
My wife always gives me a hard time. Koana,
Uh-huh.
cereal,
Yes.
that is highest in protein.
Okay.
Uh,
Quinoa. Quinoa.
Yeah, kiwa. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can never say that right. But and once you start eating it,
Yes.
it has,
You fall in love with it.
yeah, it has its own taste.
Yes.
And for our taste, and certainly for my taste, it is chewiness to it.
Yeah.
And we like to have crunchy.
Yes.
And I think you could put some papad on it. So kiawa and dal
Yes.
and some papad
Yes. Would be
is
fantastic.
best bowl.
And maybe a little bit of achar in it.
Yeah, you could, just a little bit, not
Yeah.
too, because make sure it doesn't have too much salt.
And oil.
Oil
And
is,
oil, yeah.
see, but achar has a very high salt.
Yes.
So you have to watch that.
Okay.
So that's the story of what we eat.
तो क्या खाते हो में आपको 3 चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. एक तो आपके कार्ब खा रहे हैं, फैट खा रहे हैं, प्रोटीन खा रहे हैं, और किस मात्रा में आप खा रहे हैं
Yeah,
तीनों
and
को.
our present diet very high in carbohydrates, and generally speaking, what I keep it simple: 40% carbohydrates,
Okay.
30% fat, and 30% proteins.
Perfect.
And that is the key. And right now, average person is not eating more than 10%. I calculated it out.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's sad.
yeah, and that is what we need to change.
Okay.
And the other part of kya khate ho is, which was really part of the kitna khate ho,
That's right.
the total amount you eat. So that's related to total amount and calories. An average person, we don't very active, we don't do much exercise, is sufficient to have enough biological energy and not put body to great stress, about 1500 calories.
Okay.
So
इससे
you
ज़्यादा
could-
नहीं.
and then you could calculate it back. So then 40%, 30%, 30%,
Yeah.
and you could convert that into grams.
Mm-hmm.
And carbohydrate gives you 4 calories of that ATP or energy I talked about.
Okay.
So 1 gram of carbohydrate gives you 4 calories.
Okay.
Fat gives you 9 calories.
Okay.
And proteins give you 4 calories.
Right.
And so it works out about, in general terms,
Yeah.
100 grams, 100 grams, 100 grams.
Okay.
And you give and take a little bit. So
Yeah.
that is Garg recipe, and I think this is so simple,
Yes.
and that will be Kya Khate Ho.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. And that completes our podcast about food. We're going to talk about movement, exercise, yogic science, vagara will be our next podcast.
Yeah, the 20 minutes each of 4 more, and that will constitute our airwaves, and this is part of making our society healthy.
Yes.
And I do want to share with our shrotas and listeners all the things we are doing
Right.
to build capacity and awareness so that people are healthy.